Hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss on a single phase fully controlled bridge rectifier which is going to operate as an inverter, which is also known as a line commutator inverter. If a system has to operate as a line commutator inverter, then your firing angle alpha should be greater than 90 degree, which we have discussed in our earlier lectures. And since the power is going to be fed from the load to the source, then this EM of E has to be reverse the direction. So in order to reverse the direction, what we will do is that this positive and negative terminal we will be exchanging. So this becomes negative and this becomes positive, and therefore the power flow becomes power is being fed from the load to the source. Now, since the EM of E is reversed, we can also see it over here. This E is coming at the lower portion, that is, this E is nothing but a minus E. Now, the firing of the thyristors is being shown over here at each instant of time, and we have already mentioned that the alpha should be greater than 90 degrees. So from angle 0 to pi, that is from this point to this particular point, the thyristor T1 and T2 is forward biased, and that means the A is positive with respect to the point B. And therefore, that set of thyristors can be fired at any instant of time. And since it is greater than 90 degrees, I am going to fire my thyristor at this instant, that is indicating the firing of the thyristors T1 and T2. Similarly, from pi to 2 pi, thyristors T3 and T4 is forward biased. That means the B is positive with respect to point A. So that is indicating this dotted sinusoidal waveform. So at the instant of time between pi to 2 pi, the resistors T3 and T4 can be fired, and that should also be greater than 90 degrees. So when you are firing your thyristor at an angle greater than 90 degrees at the first instant of alpha, so it is at this point. So this is going to be your alpha. So that is being shown over on the bottom portion of output voltage V0, which is going to observe the source voltage itself. And since the current will also starts increasing, and the current will not come to zero. Why? Because it's a continuous conduction, and therefore the current starts reducing like this. But when it is reducing, since it is reducing, the voltage will also flow in the negative direction because the thyristor is still in the conduction mode. And when it reaches again at pi plus alpha, the thyristors T3 and T4 are triggered, and again your output voltage will be as this one. Again the current will start increasing and gradually decreases. Since the thyristors are not getting commutated, it will be flowing in the negative direction like this. So now you are having your output voltage V0 and also your I0. Now just observe the polarity of voltage V0 and I0. We can observe that the average output voltage is more negative, but the current I0 is always positive. Why? Because the thyristors are unidirectional conducting devices. That means this I0 can flow only in the direction like this. So you can say that the I0 is continuously positive throughout the system, but the voltage V0 is becoming positive and negative. But the average output voltage, you can observe that it is more negative in nature. That is because phi minus alpha is lesser than your alpha itself. So the converter operation, the average value of your output voltage must be greater than the load circuit EMF, and during the inverter operation, load circuit EMF when converted to AC must be more than the AC supply voltage. Or in other words, we can say that the DC source voltage E must be more than the inverter output voltage V0. Only then the power will be flowing from the DC source to the AC source. So we have already mentioned that the current I0 will be flowing in the same direction, but how the source current IS will be? It is very easy because we have already mentioned in the earlier lectures also. The source current, first case, it is moving from T1, then RLE, then T2, and back to the supply. Now in the second case, it is moving from T3, RLE, T4. So now it is in the opposite direction. So your source current IS will be alternating in nature. So that is being shown over here. So this will be replicating for the thyristor T1 and T2 conduction. This is for T3 and T4 conduction, and then it will be repeating like this. Similarly, you can also draw it for the thyristor voltages VT1 and VT2, which we have already explained in our previous lectures. So that is the operation in the case of a inverter mode of operation where alpha is greater than 90 degrees. So the net power flow will be always from your load side to the source side, and that is why it is known as an inverter.